morning, everybody. Like we told you last week, today Emily is at the premiere of Necromaniac. Let's see how she's getting.
I'm here at London's Lecester Square, a high attraction for British premieres. I cannot wait to go see it. It's filled with dramatic scenes and so many thriller conventions. I can't wait to go see it, and I've luckily got myself a ticket. It's the film Necromaniac. I'll let you know soon, Tom, how it goes. Back to the studio.
And welcome to Film News. I'm your host Tommy Levy, and as you see a few seconds ago, Emily is actually at the premiere of Necromaniac. They chose her over me to go, obviously, because she's obviously favoured. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the codes and conventions that they use and whether they're typical. We're also going to be talking about whether they're similar to other thrillers that have been out recently. The ones I've chosen are American Psycho and Shutter Island. Similarities between these films is that all three films, Necromaniac, American Psycho and Shutter Island, all have a similar main character, which is the psychopathic, unrealistic, sickening mind that almost scares the audience. However, in Necromaniac, I think it portrayed it very differently, as in the start you instantly knew that the character Leo Gilbert-Jones, or Lester, was the dangerous one and actually the antagonist. Usually other films like American Psycho and Shutter Island, you don't actually find out until the very end. I think it was very successful the way Necromaniac used it. I only think that because some audiences might get bored of having to wait till the end, and I think it's going to attract to a very much wider audience. Saying that, it looks like they did decide in the end to use very similar codes and conventions from other films. For example, the eerie music. However, the music composed by Jimmy Fontana was very different, and I've never seen a thriller use that type of happy and very upbeat music. I thought it was very good. I also, even though you do know that Lester is the bad one, there is still a very mysterious plot. Even me, Emily told me that it kept her out of her seat, wanting to know more. Furthermore, also talking about Shutter Island and American Psycho, let me put this in a way that isn't very rude, I should say. They use very well-known actors. Leo Gilbert-Jones is his first film that he's ever been in, and I think they must have lost a lot of money by that, because the audience want to see actors that they've seen in other films before. I loved it. I thought that by using a different character that no one has ever seen before, it was very strong and quite intelligent, really, because they don't know what other characters that Leo could play. However, I thought that they did very much challenge the codes and conventions of thrillers. Let me put this. Okay, so the music by Jimmy Fontana was very different. I was quite surprised that if I didn't know it was a thriller in the start, I wouldn't have think it would be a thriller from the very first bit. I think they did that to trick the audience. When I was watching the opening of Necromaniac, I got this feeling suddenly of happiness and an ordinary upbeat feeling that I wanted to dance, which you shouldn't be feeling in a thriller. I do think that they did challenge the genre itself. However, I haven't seen the rest of the film, and I don't know whether the whole rest of the film is very typical. But I do think that it was very successful, and I can't wait to see it. Luckily, I couldn't go to the premiere, but the way that Emily has been going on about it, I really do think that it's going to be the film of the year. Oh yeah, also talking about the character Emily, I don't actually know her name in the film, but Emily Mullally. It's very weird actually, because in the start of the opening she's already dead, and you kind of think, why is she dead? And why have they done that in the start? There's no story to unfold, and why, and whether she could have stayed alive or whether she could have escaped. Well, this is just my interpretation. I thought that Lester was some sort of maniac, but it could be the other way, and he was actually just protecting himself. I don't know. I've only seen the opening, and I can't judge on what. Emily actually hasn't told me the whole story yet, and I don't want her to because I want to see it myself. Anyways, guys, right, it's the end of film news tonight, and I've had a brilliant night, even though I didn't get to go to the premiere. In the studio, it's fine. I like being in the studio. It doesn't bother me. I get to talk to you guys. Next week, we're going to be talking to the co-founders of La La Land and how it all came about. I'm very excited for this, as I went to see it last week and it was incredible. Anyway, guys, see you next time on Film News.